Hi, this is Katie Shell. I'm an intuitive healer and spiritual counselor, and this video is about setting intentions and affirmations and how to work with those things in order to have the kinds of lives that we desire, what we want, to really live life to its fullest. And that's kind of the phrasing that I like to use, using living life to its fullest, because nothing's going to ever be all love and sunshine and light all of the time. There's challenges and things that we face, but we want to be living life at its fullest potential of what is available to us. And so when we set intentions or we do affirmations, we're usually doing those because there's something that we want to change, whether it's something we want to change about ourselves or something that we want to attract in our life. And so when we do this, it's really important that we do it with that intention, that it's something that we are trying to attract or something that we are trying to change. And what happens is, if you're just focusing on, I want this, I wish for this, I desire this, then it may not turn into something that's right for you, or it may kind of peter out or fizzle out, or it might not ever happen. Because we can't wish for things. We can't call in things that aren't available to us. Now, there's a lot of different reasons that things are may or may not be available to us. And so sometimes within the affirmation, if it's something that we're calling in, like me, I'm trying to grow my social media, right? So something like that. Or something involving a relationship, or something involving, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter what you can set an intention and use affirmations to get anything that is available to you. And the sky is the limits, but it's also important not to limit yourself through your words or through what you think it is that you need or what you think it is that you want. Because what'll happen is, if something's not available to us, if something is not ours, if something is not kind of on our path, no matter how hard we wish, no matter how many intentions we set, no matter how big of an altar, or how many times we say our mantra or whatever it is to call something in, it won't happen. Conversely, if something is available to us, if something is in alignment with our highest good, if something is important for us to be able to do, to live our fullest life, to experience life at its fullest, it will start to come in, and you'll notice it rather quickly. The things that I like to do with this, and one of the simplest things that I use, and I use it not every day, but I use it a lot, is I am safe and I am whole. And so, because that helps create that foundation, that safety, because we need that security. We need to feel secure in order to attract other things and at other levels. So for everyone, I am safe and I am whole is going to be an affirmation that we can use every single day, that will support us in whatever, in starting to attract whatever else it is that is in alignment for our highest good. But again, what happens is, if we set intentions around something that isn't important for us or isn't going to work, it's never going to come. And we get disillusioned, and we get, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe this practice of doing, again, daily affirmations daily and tending to our intentions daily. Because a lot of times I'll build an altar. It can be something very small, but putting things on it that represent what I'm trying to attract in. A lot of people like vision boards. That's kind of the same thing. And then we start tuning into that frequency of what it is we want, what it is we desire, and it starts coming in. But we have to make sure that, one, we leave room for what is in alignment. No, what is beyond our comprehension, what is beyond what we think we need, what we think we want. And it's important to make sure that the words we're using are, again, in alignment. So it's important to start off with meditations and start off in a quiet space, and not coming from a place of lack. It is important to come from a place of abundance, that in gratitude. I love this particular thing. Let there be more. Let me experience more of this. Let me experience more time, more. One that I like to use a lot is, I'm able to travel wherever and whenever I want. And I'll notice things starting to shift in my life that makes more space for me to be able to travel, or and it might not look like the way I expect it to look, or it might be different. Again, it might be different. It also takes time. So if it is in alignment with what we need, it is in alignment with our highest good, um, and our desires, because a lot of things are available to us. A lot of things are available in this lifetime, more things than we could possibly experience. So it's about picking and choosing the things that are true to where we are right now, and not something that's coming that is something that is not fear-based. So another one I use is all challenges I meet all challenges with grace and ease, is another one is another kind of generic one that I tend to use a lot. um Everything I do is in alignment with my self-care. That was given to me by my teacher. And it is a kind of an ongoing process that we do every day. And then you kind of slip in the things that we really want. And some people do better with specific, kind of imagining specifics of it. And some people do better with more general ideas, and play with that, what works for you. You can, I know several people who do human design, who work with human design, and there is some people are specific manifestors, some people are kind of passive manifestors, where you have to do more general about feelings rather than specific details. If you're not into that stuff, one of those, you're going to be one of those two things, and trust what has worked for you. Because affirmate again, these affirmation intentions are part of it is actually surrendering to that wisdom of the cosmos, the wisdom of our higher selves, and trusting our guides, and trusting our instincts and intuition. Because as things happen, you'll start to see those shifts, and you'll need to move with them when the doors and the windows appear to you, that made something that had not been previously available is suddenly available. So you look for those signs, and it may not feel connected to what it is that you think that you are trying to call in. But trust it. Trust your instinct, trust your intuitions, and feel that. And that's why so much of what I do is about embodied movement and listening to our bodies and loving our bodies, so that we know when those signals are coming in, versus when our minds are playing tricks on us, or telling us things, or filling in the details in ways that aren't necessarily true or in our best interest. But again, if you're setting intentions that aren't in your best interest, they're not going to come to light anyway. They're not going to work anyway. So ask your guides, maybe journal, maybe dream, work with, of course, essential oils, because I'm an oil person. You can put some on your head or something like that. But setting those intentions, and then and anyway, and so asking your guides, setting those intentions as to what words you are supposed to use, and what words are going to be the most helpful. And maybe that's part of the intentions that you're setting, is being open to receive. That's always going to be part of it. I am open to receive things that are in alignment with my highest good. And you can, add amendments and little things and little specific things that you want to create, or you want, that are important to you. And if they're important to you and you feel them in your heart, and you come from a place of gratitude, they will show up. Might not look like you think it is. It might not happen as quick, because in the physical world, things happen a lot slower than they happen in the ethereal, than they happen in higher dimensions. So we have to have that time, allow for that time and patience, especially, and things may be bigger or more wonderful or more expansive than we originally thought they would be. And so it takes a longer time to bring all of the pieces into place in order for the things to come into their kind of fullest expression. And so waiting for that, because if we go after something too soon, we take that takes up the space that we want to fill the thing to be. It takes up the space of what would actually be ours, and what is going to be in fulfillment of those, of our highest good and our highest desires. And then it takes longer to get then we don't actually get the thing that could be available to us, because we became impatient, and we started thinking about, I'll take this right now, because we're not in alignment with what it is that is truly what we want. So again, setting your affirmation, doing so. The ways to do this, like I said, an altar is good, and you put things and you speak to it. Of course, I work a lot with essential oils, so you drop some in your hand, you speak your intention into the oil, and then you anoint yourself. If it's something about the head, if it's something about the heart, you can choose a specific part of the body that kind of correlates with whatever you are trying to attract. You can always just do your wrists. I like to do my wrist and my arms so it gets all in my auric field. Um, the oils, the creating the altar, writing it in a journal, and the other thing I love to do is I speak it into my water, anything I'm drinking, and so it comes. And you'll feel it, and you'll feel what feels right, and so making sure you're doing it from a place of gratitude an openness to receive rather than a place of lack, like I need this, because then it won't tune in. You won't be able to tune into that frequency of what it is that is in your highest good, in fulfillment of your soul's desires. So I hope you enjoyed this video and join me again. Thanks.